The Furry Guru.
Because a lot of furries who aren't in it for like the theory or anything like that do tend to be canines, just because canines are already, so it seems, the most prolific species. No, I don't actually know why people seem to do this, but that just seems to be how most people think, I suppose. You know, like dog's a man's best friend. Dunno. Inquiry 2. Even though Sonic the Hedgehog fits all criteria for being an anthropomorphic animal, there seems to exist a love-hate relationship between the video game mascot and furries. Some furries have much affinity to the hedgehog and have been known to create personas based on Sonic characters. Meanwhile, others seem to loathe Sonic's influence upon the furry fandom. One furry on YouTube has even called for the creation of Sonic fan art to cease. If there is indeed a love-hate relationship between Sonic and the furry fandom, please shed some light. Yes, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, whatever, they're all technically anthropomorphic animals, therefore technically furries. And yes, people do create personas based off them. However, there is also this hate relationship, so you put it, because, in another, it's a kind of a personal deliberational majiggy. As my friend Ember did put in a video on my channel, Ember Explains It All What, just because a person is a furry doesn't mean they have to like everything in the furry fandom. So, some people do think that Sonic has somehow flooded the fandom with a load of people with fairly unoriginal personas, which all seem to look exactly like Sonic characters. So, there you go, basically. Some people just don't like it purely on the fact that it seems to have flooded the furry fandom with a load of copycat personas and stuff. That's the most I can think of it. I personally don't have any real problem with Sonic fan art and all that, because some of it does look quite okay. But there you go. Inquiry 3. I may be touching an emotionally sensitive topic, but this third and last inquiry is for gaining a better understanding of a message board called 4chan, and how it relates to the furry fandom. 4chan came to my attention from viewing a vaguely understood 2-part animation on YouTube, which tells a story of some kind of tragedy that occurred at this website. Is 4chan an online venue trolls have successfully driven furries from? If so, what transpired? If not, what is the story behind 4chan? That 2-part animation, I'm guessing, is 4chan City, and 4chan City Craptastrophe. Their movies, as far as I can tell, aren't really anything to do with anything that actually happened at 4chan, but merely a giant mishmash of a load of 4chan memes from the Pools Closed Negros, as they say, with Longcat, Raptor Jesus and all that. But yeah, there are still furries on 4chan. That's possibly the only good thing that comes from everyone that uses it being anonymous. There are furries on 4chan. There probably have always been furries on 4chan. But 4chan does tend to have a fairly anti-furry ethos about it. How that came to be, I have no real idea. Maybe... Seriously, I just don't know. I know how anti-furryism came to be on Something Awful. That's because, well, furry websites came to be quite easy pickings for the awful sight of the dame link early on. They've kind of moved away from that, and yes, furries work on there as well. I even know a furry that works on Encyclopedia Dramatica. So yeah, furries do tend to be on these mostly considered anti-furry websites. Most people say that the person who runs God Hates Furries is a furry. That animation, which seems to show a lot of weird fat things bouncing about in rabbit ears, talking some weird nonsense, that was made by furries. That was self-satire. So there you go. Furries can laugh at themselves. It's just that when trolls try and laugh at furries, then that's not the same thing. Because they're doing it in a much more serious manner than we care to enjoy. Answers to these inquiries will add valuable information to my ongoing observation and research of the furry fandom, and thus would be duly appreciated. Thank you, the Black Hand. No, thank you. You make some really good videos on this topic. Come on, even I'm saying that. So, yeah, thanks. Thanks for the comment as well. Mace Black 01. What's your thoughts on someone becomes their person? Do you think that one day soon the Scanties will really be able to turn a human being into a furry or whatever? I think by Scanties you mean scientists, don't you? So like genetic research, chimeras, human-animal hybrids. Yeah. Science will probably one day end up doing that somehow. Because, you know, as time moves on, people seem to kind of get rid of their morals and ethics and stuff, so eventually it may happen. Never know. We'll have to see how the future goes. Profit of reality. Hey, don't want to make a vid, but I want to know what's the cheapest fursuit I can get. You'll have to look around. Look for Mixed Candy, Josie Fur, people like that. Just look around, and you will have to do some market research yourself, because I'm not the expert on, you know, like where to buy fursuits. Sorry. And finally, La Ruporteen18, who now has my phone number. Hello, Sean. I hope this message gets to you. I'm a person that loves to get out and socialise, have fun living my life, and draw. I'm currently into drawing anthro, and I found it to be an exceptional outlet since I can draw animals, but not people, and mixing the two together has made me very happy. I've only been drawing anthro for 1 month, but I've been drawing all my life. It's been 3 months since discovering the fandom, and I wish everyone saw it the way I do. All the trolls make me laugh and smile about how wrong and stupid they can be in their vids. They never show their faces, and I think the idea of them wearing their own undergarments over their head to be the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life. Your accent is exactly what mine is like, and I guess... What? I live in Bolton, which is about 15 minutes from Manchester. If you want me to be in your next fur meet in November, I'll be happy to attend. Feel free. It's an open house. You don't have to ask to be invited. My MSN address is beep. Hope to talk to you soon. Furry forever. Okay, thanks, bye. And with that, I'm nearly half an hour, so... Okay, thanks, bye. Thanks for watching the Furry Guru number 6.